Hey guys, this is Tom Cook, Tom New York on the Strat Forum, Strat Fan Football Forum, whatever you want to call it. And many of you have been listening to my video podcasts with my co-host, Dennis Crowley. Dennis has the night off tonight. I'm just teasing about that. Dennis is in the middle of a Strat football game. What else would he be doing with his time? And I just finished a SOMIFA playoff game with Tim Bowyer and his Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it was a tremendous game. And as you all know, I tend to do these very lengthy write-ups on the Strat Forum, but I decided that maybe we would do a video recap. Dennis and I were talking about doing a video recap after each round. We have done a preview of each round. We might even try broadcasting a game. I might try to broadcast his Buffalo, defending champion Buffalo Bills at Dennis's beloved Seattle Seahawks playoff game. And I'm going to maybe call that sort of like a radio broadcast, which I used to do when I was a kid, kind of for fun, and I've always thought I would be good at and could do. Didn't pursue it for various reasons. So anyway, this game was a quarterfinal matchup between two teams that kind of overachieved. Obviously, we've spoken a lot about my Jets and the terrible defense that goes 4-4-4-0 on the front four, and I gave up over 400 points, and I got outscored, but somehow I finished 10-6, and I made the playoffs, and I got a bye, which is kind of crazy. Tim Bowyer, his team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that's Leopard on the Strat Forum. I'm sure many of you know Tim from many leagues. He and I actually had similar types of teams. Tim's team has Tony Romo, LaShawn McCoy, Antonio Brown, Victor Cruz, Vernon Davis, just an offensive powerhouse. The defense very shaky, though. 0-4-4 at linebacker is pretty bad. He plays a 4-3. He's got a 4 at free safety. He does have 5s for his short pass defenders. And goes 5-5-5-4 on the defensive line, but basically with no pass rush. So this was going to be an offensive game, and when we previewed it, Dennis and I both felt like Tim had the advantage and predicted him to win by somewhere from 7 to 10 points maybe, or 7 to 14 points maybe, with Shady McCoy probably being the big difference. My Jets have Reggie Bush. He can do some things on wrong. You know, it's SOMIFA, so he gained over 1,000 yards like everyone's lead back does. But he wasn't the type of back to generate a lot of run calls, that's for sure. Whereas certainly LaShawn McCoy is not someone that you could just allow to run guessed wrong the entire game and expect to have a good result for your team. So Tim won the toss, and this being Stratomatic, he received. Now, as the coach of the Jets, I can tell you some of my strategy during the game, and Tim and I spoke extensively after the game, but I realized looking at my spreadsheets, which I've started using them and I rely upon them a lot, but they're not perfect or not even complete, but they give me a general idea of the average yard per play on every type of offensive running play. Guessed right, guessed wrong, no men in zone, 1 man in zone, any combination of that. And the real breakthrough for me this year in my spreadsheet research was really taking the passing game to that level. So when I get ready to play you in one of these leagues that use draft league defenses, particularly SOMIFA or SSFA, I have a spreadsheet where I have looked at the average yardage per attempt and the completion percentage on every flat pass, short pass, and long pass. Guessed right, guessed wrong, no men, 1 man, 3 men, 4 men. Now, I have not done too much research into the pass rush chart, which obviously affects that, as does the dump off. Those things obviously are huge in these numbers, but that's very complicated, and I'm pretty lazy. I've done a lot to get to this point. Maybe one day I'll try and add the pass rush in there, and I can figure out exactly how much of that factors into it. So for now, I just kind of figure, well, this guy doesn't have any pass rush. I have pretty decent pass blocking. Dump offs will help me. I just don't know mathematically how much. I also have not factored in the turnovers, so that's something I just have to think of in my head. Some people have said that there is a number you can assign to a turnover. Maybe it's negative 40 yards or 50 yards or 60 yards, something like that. So you can look at a play like a short pass, and theoretically you can say, okay, I'm going to get intercepted this percentage of the time, and each turnover is worth this many negative yards. So then you can deduct that for the value of a short pass attempt, and perhaps decide then to not choose that play as often. For now, I kind of ballpark those things. I don't even really ballpark it. I just know, okay, I might throw picks in this game or I might not, and I coach accordingly. I still use my instincts, especially on defense. And all of those numbers, by the way, I use them on defense as well, so I can see what the best plays are for my opponent, things that I should worry about, surprises that come out. And surprises definitely have come out as I've started doing this spreadsheet research. One of which is that the flat pass is really, really good. That even against a 5 linebacker with a receiver covered by a 5, with a decent flat pass quarterback like Andrew Luck has 7 only incomplete flat pass wrong, but he's certainly not maxed out on flat pass for a quarterback. That you're going to get about 2/3 of your passes complete for an average gain of at least 5 yards on yards per attempt. So I don't even look at the average completion, but that sounds pretty good. And I threw a lot more flat passes this year with Andrew Luck than I would have if I didn't do this research, and they were effective. And coming to this game, I expected to throw an awful lot of flat passes against him with his linebacker 0-4-4s. I expected to throw to my blocking back, David Johnson, to my halfback, Reggie Bush, or if I went 2 tight end, to my second tight end, Kobe Fleener, also to Julio Jones, and also to make Julio a downfield target. Also throw some bombs to my blocking back, David Johnson, and Reggie Bush when I was in the 2 tight end set. Those were all good plays for me mathematically, and some bombs to Julio Jones. Basically, if you have a lot of short passes to Julio Jones, basically, if you have a guy covered by a 0, it's almost always a good play to throw a flat or short pass to him, unless it's against a linebacker 6. If you have a maxed out receiver, you pretty much can throw anything to him, and it's a good play. The only time you shy away from that is if he's covered by a 6, and you're looking at a short pass against a 6. Otherwise, it's a pretty good play. The long passes generally are not that good of a play unless you can get a 0-man wrong situation. So I'm trying to throw fewer long passes, but you have to throw some to keep the defense honest, I feel. And guys are always afraid of it, naturally, because they don't want to give up an 80-yard touchdown when you're trying to dink and dunk them with a 5-yard flat pass. So it's nice if you have a quarterback that can do it all, of course. And Andrew Luck has a solid card. Not great yet. Next year's card should be better, but certainly a card that can throw the bomb and can throw short and can throw flat. So I was optimistic about my ability to move the ball at him, but Tim's got Tony Romo, who's better than Andrew Luck, and LaShawn McCoy, and he's got 2 max wide receivers, basically, not on the bomb but elsewhere. And Vernon Davis, best tight end of the set, I think, certainly one of the top 2, and a great receiving card. He was covered by a 4. So and like I said, Shady. So I had my work it out for me, and I didn't see how I was going to hold Tim down. But I decided I was just going to double team Vernon Davis like crazy with my free safety. I have corner 6s. I was going to let them match up on Antonio Brown and Victor Cruz. If I lose a long pass 0-man situation there, so be it. And the run game was going to be a real problem because guessed wrong against my run defense with Tim's blocking. My spreadsheet showed that Shady McCoy was going to average between 8 and 9.5 yards per run, which is not good for my defense. And that even if I guessed right with no men in the zone, he was going to average between like 5.1 and 5.9 yards a carry, which was not really, that's not the payoff you're looking for if you do a run call. So my only real chance at stopping Shady would be to call run and fill the zones. And then I'm giving Tim flat pass, no men, which is not good. Obviously, Romo's a real good quarterback, and anybody flat pass no men is in good shape. So I decided sometimes I might even key shady if I'm going to guess run. I was worried about Vernon Davis going deep, so I might just try that a couple of times judiciously. And really, if I was going to try to guess run, I had to sell out for the run. Otherwise, it wasn't even really worth it. It might as well guess pass. So my defense had their hands full. So Tim won the toss and had no choice, but he had to receive, this being Stratomatic. And I held him to a 4-and-out, 3-and-out rather, on the first possession. There was a penalty in there. He started out with a screen pass to former Jet Mercedes Lewis for 4 yards, which gave him a 2nd down and 6 after a touchback. An offsides penalty pushed him back. He had 2nd and 11 for Tampa at their own 19. Romo threw flat to McCoy. I was guessing right, and that was incomplete, setting up a 3rd and long, and I was excited to have a chance to force a 3-and-out on the first series. Tim looked for Victor Cruz for 1st down yardage. Victor was double-teamed. Romo dumped off down to Shady for 6 yards, well short of the 1st down, and Tampa Bay had to punt from their own 25 on their first possession. Jets get the ball. It's a pretty good punt, 50-yard punt with a 1-yard return by LaMichael James. And I think I'll just go through this and call this almost like a game because I'm looking at my play log and my ball possession sheet and my box score. And if you don't know the result, you might like this. And it'll be practice for me calling a game. I think it's easier to call a game when it's live, of course. So the Jets took over 1st down and 10 at their own 26, going left to right. I came out in the 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver, 1 running back formation with Zach Ertz on the strong side, Coby Fleener on the weak side. Andrew Luck looked for Zach Ertz on 1st down. And over the middle, short pass was incomplete. 2nd down, there was a penalty. Looks like, I don't know, it was false start, offsides. I don't know what happened. It was a 5-yard penalty after an incomplete pass to Reggie Bush that made it 2nd down and 15. It looks like I'm doing this wrong. 2nd and 15. Let me read this properly. I threw a bomb to Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush in the 2 tight end was covered by Garrett McIntyre, Jet outside linebacker, who had a rough night for the Buccaneers trying to keep up with Reggie Bush and my blocking backs. I threw a bomb to Reggie Bush. That was incomplete. That's where we had the penalty and offside. 2nd and 15 for the Jets. I then threw a bomb to DeAndre Hopkins, a rookie wide receiver who's covered by Sean Smith, who's a 5. I got lucky here. I rolled a 6 on the white die on the Defender X reading and beat Sean Smith for a 27-yard gain. That's always a big play. When you throw a bomb and you beat a 5, you feel like you got away with something. And I was going to need things like that early if I was going to try to win this game and certainly make it a competitive game. This gave me a 1st and 10 at my own 48. I decided to toss it out to Reggie Bush left. Tim was guessing pass. Matt Slauson, my left guard, made the key block for an 8-yard gain. 2nd down and 2. Screen pass to blocking back David Johnson was incomplete. 3rd and 2. I threw a pass over the middle, a short pass to Coby Fleener with Tim looking pass because I thought he might stuff the flats. And with the dump off possibilities, Fleener defended by a 4. I liked that matchup, but it was incomplete. And this gave me a 4th down and 2 at the Tampa Bay 44. I decided to go for it. Just didn't really want to punt there against Tim's offense. My offense has a good matchup. So I tried it. I went to the blocking back formation, threw a screen pass at Tim's 0 linebacker to my blocking back, David Johnson. He caught it for a 10-yard gain on Andrew Luck's guard. That was a big play. Kept the chains moving, did not give Tim the ball in great field position, and it was 1st and 10 Jets at the Tampa Bay 34, 10:48 to go in the first quarter. We threw a short pass to Reggie Bush. Tim had seen enough of Reggie Bush and was double-teaming him with free safety Andrew Sendejo, and it was an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for the Jets at the Tampa Bay 34. We threw a screen pass left to Julio Jones. Julio hauled it in for a 14-yard completion. I don't remember if that was the receiver. I got a receiver 2 on right on Julio for like a 14-yard gain. It doesn't look like that was the result here. Let's see. Tim was guessing pass, begin wide play 1. Looks like it was a D reading. Looks like that was a short gain on Andrew Luck's card. 3 on the quarterback on flat pass right. That gave me a 1st down at the Tampa Bay 20, and I was feeling pretty good. I threw a screen pass to my left. Tim was guessing pass every play now, and I was passing every play. My spreadsheets were telling me that it was still a good matchup to do flat pass right. So I was going to do that. And I really did not want to get hit with the run call right on Reggie Bush, especially on an end run. So I was kind of hoping to pass so much that he was going to almost never guess run. Then I could maybe sprinkle in some runs, maybe get 6 yards here or there, 4 or 5 yards here or there. Maybe pop that number 4 long gain on Reggie's card. His longest was only 38 yards in the NFL, so it's a long game, but he has no dot. So basically every time I get it, it's like a 38 or maybe it's 39. I forget, a 39-yard gain, which is kind of weird. They should just put 39 on the card because I'm thinking I'm going to get a 70-yard touchdown, but no, his longest was only 39. Maybe it's good if you don't play that rule. I like the rule. But anyway, now I'm digressing, as I always do. First and 10 for the Jets at the Tampa Bay 20. Screen pass in the flat to Reggie was incomplete. Second down and 10 at the 20. And we threw a bomb to the blocking back. David Johnson lumbering down the field. I think he's got a 5'10 card or a 2'6 card. I forget. But unsurprisingly, that was incomplete, even though it's actually a good play mathematically. Third and 10, it came out in the 3 wide. Tim went to the nickel 3-3-5, double teamed both Julio Jones and Reggie Bush. Threw a pass to, what happened here? No, I was blocking back. Shotgun. And Tim played nickel 3-3-5 on 3rd and 10. I threw a short pass to David Johnson, and Garrett McIntyre could not make the play. He's a 0. Defender X rating. I got 12 yards. First and goal at the 8. Tim showed blitz. I went full house. I ran off tackle with rookie Saint Kyrie Robinson, who I drafted in the late 3rd round. Tim was plugging in the end run zones. I got an 8 on Tim's card for a touchdown. They made it 7-0 Jets on a time-consuming drive. We had the ball for 4 minutes and 48 seconds. We ran 14 plays for 79 yards, had 5 first downs, and most importantly, a 7-0 lead, which I was pretty excited about. Half the quarter gone. You're playing a better team. Those were all good things. I kicked the ball off. Tim got a bad return of only 14 yards by Robert Turbin. They gave him first down and 10 at his own 17, and he came out looking to do better than he did on his first possession when he ran 4 plays. There was a 5-yard penalty in there, but basically it was a 3-and-out. Tim came out in a 2 tight end set. That was what he played as his default offense for most of the game, with ex-SOMIFA Jet Mercedes Lewis as the second tight end. I traded Tim Lewis in the preseason for a 5th-round pick. Tim was going for the year. Theoretically, I wasn't. So it was a good trade for both teams at the time. Lewis, a good blocker, decent flat pass receiver. Can also go deep a little bit. So a nice guy to have as your second tight end, sort of a quintessential or prototypical second tight end. I was double teaming Vernon Davis. Tim threw the flats to Victor Cruz, who picked it up for 7 yards, creating a 2nd down and 3 for the Buccaneers. Let's see. I guess run. Tony Romo did a play action and was looking for Vernon Davis deep down the middle of the field. I left my free safety back there because I determined that I'm either going to key Shady or I'm going to leave the free safety back there on a run call, because at least with the 1-man in zone, the long gains get minimized, and it's not as terrible of a play for me. It's not really that bad for me. A long pass, wrong 1-man mathematically to Vernon Davis versus 4. But with no men, it's a horrible play for me. It's scary enough with 1 man, but mathematically, it's worth gambling on that. Anyway, the pass was incomplete. And it looks like that was on my defense's card, just a straight incompletion, I believe. And Tim had a 3rd and 3. So if I could suddenly stop him on 3rd down again, although it's only 3 yards now, no containment, I'd have 2 straight 3-and-outs for my defense to start the game. That would be a great way to start the game as you try to pull off the upset. Tim goes with a 2 tight end again, hands it off to Shady inside. I guess run. I don't think I had any linebackers in there, despite what I said before. And my defensive tackle, who's only a 4, the great Roy Miller, made a play. And Shady only got 2 yards, 4th and 1. No, that's not what it says here. What's going on here? Oh, this killed me. That's right. He made the play, 4th and 1, but there was a personal foul. The dreaded personal foul penalty on the 3rd down, or any time when you think you're going to stop the guy. we see it too often in Stratomatic, although, you know what, we see it a lot in the NFL nowadays, so maybe we don't see it too often. So I'm not sure which guy on my team was doing the cheap shotting or the trash talking, but instead of Tim facing a 4th and 1 at his own 40, he had a first and 10 at his own 41. So no, it would have been 1st and 10 at his own 27. No, it would have been 4th and 1 at his own 26. Instead, it was 1st and 10 at his own 27. No, his own 41. I'm really doing a great job here, but okay. Regardless, after the penalty, Tim had 1st and 10 at his own 41. I sold out on the run and keyed Shady. He ran with Shady at the middle, lost a yard to make it 2nd and 11. I don't think he was happy about that I got the successful key. A little delay on the click after that. Then Romo looked for Mercedes Lewis in a short pass. I think I had 4 men in the zone. Looks like I did. It was incomplete on my card. 3rd and long, 3rd and 11. Tim went 3 wide. Minnesota Viking Jarius Wright was the 3rd receiver. Not a bad 3rd receiver. Can't go all the way, but can catch deep a little bit, has good yardage. There's only a 16-22 guy short. You'd love to have a 22-26 guy in that slot, but still not a bad 3rd receiver. I went dime 3-2-6. I double-teamed both Vernon Davis and Antonio Brown. I think I even put a guy up in looking pass as well, but I'm not sure about that. Romo was looking for Vernon Davis, who was double-teamed. Dumped it off down to LaShawn McCoy for an 8-yard gain, created 4th and 3 for Tampa Bay at their own 48. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tim naturally punted. Tim generally plays with solid traditional NFL fundamentals. It's early in the game. He's at his own 48. He's not going to go for it 4th and 3, maybe 4th and 1, and give me possibly an opportunity at a short field and an easier path to victory. He wants to make me go the long field. His punt sailed into the end zone for a touchback. Jets came out 1st and 10 at my own 20, leading 7-0, 5:42 to go in the first quarter. I came out in the blocking back formation. I went a lot of blocking back here because I had a good mathematical matchup with my blocking back, David Johnson, who's a 5-0. Not a terrible receiver for a blocking back. He can go deep. A good matchup with him, flat pass particularly, and also even a little bit long pass with no men. And I wanted to stop Tim from bringing his safety up into the flats. And also, he allowed me to do end runs with Reggie Bush at Tim's defensive end 4 more easily because Johnson is a 5 run blocking. If I go 2 tight end, Kobe Fleener is only a 4, and you always get the lesser on the blocking back rating because there's no blocking back there. That came up late in the game, unfortunately for my team. Let's see. So I threw a bomb to David Johnson. Tim gets past. It was incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Tim was double teaming Julio Jones. Now I was going 2 tight end. Tim has no asterisk pass rusher, so I wasn't too worried about that. It was more for the blocking and the receiving benefit that I would go to a double tight end. Tim double teamed Julio Jones. Andrew Luck looked for Reggie Bush on a short pass. A must run reading came up, and Andrew rolled a 3 plus 24, which I've gotten a couple of times this year. It's pretty nice. Gave me a first down at my own 44. And that's the kind of roll. You see something like that early in the game. You see DeAndre Hopkins getting plus 27 on Defender X. You're up 7-0. You've made him punt twice with a great offense. It's starting to have the makings of a good-looking string of luck and maybe a good outcome for the New York Jets in this playoff game. The winner would make the semifinals where they'd have a chance to make the Super Bowl, which would be pretty awesome for anybody, but especially these two teams because these are not really Super Bowl caliber teams, largely because of the weakness on the defensive side of the football. 1st and 10 from my own 44 through a screen pass to DeAndre Hopkins. Tim still guessing pass, me still throwing pass all the time. I got a 5-yard completion. 2nd down and 5, I went blocking back. I threw a bomb to Julio Jones. And Tim had a man in the zone. Defender X, Jonathan Joseph is a 5, made a nice play, but Tim's right linebacker, Bruce Irvin, who was a 4, got injured for the rest of the game. And to me, that was a big injury. I know you say, well, he's only a 4 anyway, so now you get a 0, but a few things. Number one, first of all, we all know those 4s will occasionally make a play. You'll get that Defender X occasionally. You'll get the linebacker in zone occasionally. You'll get defensive end +1 or +5 occasionally, and your number 4 rated guy makes the play. And we all know that pisses off the offensive coach. We hate when that happens to us. But a 0, he don't make any plays. Okay. You get a defender X on the 0, linebacker in zone. You can get any reading you want. He's not doing anything. And to make that worse for Tim, I was already using Reggie Bush and my blocking back a lot as receivers. I was throwing not only flats to them, but downfield to them. So he had now a 0 covering these guys and another 0 linebacker for me to throw at, make it harder for him to target one zone as free safety. I thought strategically that was a big injury, even though Irvin's only a 4, and I was pretty happy to see that injury. I decided I would go with Kobe Fleener a lot more often and go with the 2 tight end set, because Fleener's numbers in the flat against a 0 were really good, and in the short 3-man column against a 0 were pretty good. So I went to a lot more 2 tight end after this, although in short yardage I tended to go blocking back almost to kind of try and fake Tim out a little bit. And I would run in some short yardage situations, but I like to mix up the offensive formations a little bit. I pretty much used only those 2 formations this game, but I like to mix it up a little bit, and I do think it helps keep the defense a little bit off balance, even though we've all seen all these formations a million times. So it's not like, oh my God, he's only 3 wide. What do I do for any veteran coach? But I still like to do it. So anyway, we got a 3rd and 5 now at pretty much midfield, my own 49. I went to a blocking back formation, and Tim went to a nickel, and I decided that I would do a run. Maybe I can get the first down. Tim's nose tackle was down to a 4. He had the end run 4. I was in a blocking back. I go 5-4-5 on my left side, blah, 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 blah. I figured if I can get 4 yards, I'm going to go for it on 4th and 1 at the Tampa Bay 47. Or maybe I can get a first down with a blocking reading or an 8 on Tim's card or beat one of his defenders. So there was a lot of – that was not a mathematical determination. That was just a strat experience determination. So I felt like that was a good opportunity. I did a pitch out to Reggie Bush, but he only got 2 yards. I got some stupid blocking back or tight end +2 or minus something reading. What did I get? I got 11 on the defense's card, whatever. I got 2 yards. I set up a 4th and 3 at Tim's 49. I wasn't feeling it. I would have loved to go for it. I was not feeling like I was going to make it, even though my offense was playing good football. I'm up 7-0. It's late first quarter. If I fail there and Tim gets a touchdown in a few plays, I feel stupid. Let me play conventional football. I punted with Sam Martin, who punted into the end zone for a touchback. Tim took over at his own 20 with 3:18 to go in the first quarter. Came out in the 2 tight end set. I was guessing pass, pitch out to Shady for 4 yards. Make 2nd and 6 for Tampa Bay at their own 24. The Buccaneers come out in that same formation. There was a neutral zone infraction on the Jets, created a 2nd and 1. It would have been, I think, a 5-yard run for Shady. 2nd and 1, the Tampa Bay 29. Shady goes off tackle, gets wrong. Trent Williams makes a block. 8 yards and a first down to the Buccaneer 37, 2:24 to go in the first quarter. Tampa Bay goes 3 wide just to mix it up. I know he might run it with Shady. It's a good play against my terrible line, but I decided to guess pass anyway. Double team Vernon Davis, handoff off tackle to Shady. My nose tackle can't make the play. 6 yards for Shady. 2nd and 4 now for Tampa at their own 43. Starting to move the ball a little bit. I guess run. Romo throws a screen pass to Shady. 7 on Romo's guard wrong. Incomplete. We all hate that number 7 flat pass wrong, incomplete. And Tim was really hitting it right there as he came up. 3rd and 4, I guess run again. He threw a flat pass to Victor Cruz. This time it was complete for an 8-yard gain and a first down at the New York Jet 49 with only 1:12 to go in the first quarter. I sold out and run keyed Shady. Tim threw a screen pass to Shady. And he got a short gain, I think, on 7 maybe on my car with no men. And rolled snake eyes, 20-yard gain. That was a big gain and a big play, I felt like, to really make Tim feel like, all right, now we're rolling. Now we're in Jet territory. Now we're getting momentum. Enough of this nonsense. Let's put some points on the board against this shitty defense. So you get a 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay at the Jet 29 after Shady's 20-yard reception. And now I'm off balance, right? I've been guessing wrong a lot. Tim has been getting success. I double team Antonio Brown. He throws a screen pass to Vernon Davis. Davis makes the catch for 10 yards and a first down on his receiver card. Guessed right. Is a very good receiver, flat pass right card, like a lot of tight ends. First down in the red zone now at the Jet 19. Only 18 seconds to go in the quarter. I guess run. I'm wrong again. Looking pass to Antonio Brown. He catches it for 10 yards. He fumbled the ball, but Tampa Bay rookie guard Chance Warmack was Johnny on the spot and fell on it, so the Buccaneers retained possession. First and goal at the New York Jet 9 as we start the second quarter. Now I'm looking at him saying, all right, I'm on the ropes on this drive. Maybe Tim's going to get a touchdown. Maybe he's going to tie the game. But I got out of the first quarter with a 7-0 lead. My offense is playing well. I've made him punt twice, so even if he scores here, I'm the underdog. It's not a bad situation for me if you're looking at the overall game. I tend not to think that way during the game until you get to halftime maybe. And the first quarter, it's too early. But since I'm talking to you guys, that's what I'm telling you. So you end up with first and goal, the New York Jet 9. He does a running play with Shady. I guessed, I can't see here what the hell I guessed. But they got a blocking back reading, no blocking back. He lost a yard. Second and goal now from the 10. Am I still ranting? Dennis is just IMing me, ruining the flow of my broadcast, so I will ignore him. Anyway, stop sending me an instant message when I'm broadcasting, Dennis, because the listeners don't want to hear it. I'm not even sure they want to hear this. This is not going as smoothly as I would have liked, but I think I'll get into a rhythm eventually, and it'll be good next time I call a game. Second and goal for Tampa Bay at the 10. I guess pass, hands off inside to Shady. Short gain on Shady's formidable card. Touchdown. Buccaneers tie the game at 7. Buccaneer tight end Mercedes Lewis, their second tight end, was out for the rest of the half, which certainly would help the Jets a little bit. A lot of injuries in the game, especially in the first half, it seemed like. Following the touchdown, we have a 7-7 game. Tampa kicks it off to the 3-yard line. LaMichael James returns it 27 yards out to the 30 for New York, giving us reasonable field position. Now we come out a lot in the 2 tight end set with that right linebacker injured for Tim. He's got a 0 covering Kobe Fleener. I go right to Fleener on a short pass. Tim's double teaming my wideouts with the free safety and a linebacker. Thought he used the linebacker double team a little bit in the first half on first and second down, and more than I thought he should. I think Tim was worried about me going down the field. I have developed a little bit of that reputation, especially with Luck, but I was throwing a lot of flats, so he wanted to keep that linebacker home. Didn't really burn him. I think I got one good play off of it, but he never really got a benefit there either, maybe, and certainly not a first or second down that I can recall. Tim would probably remember better since he was the one doing the double teaming. Anyway, the pass was incomplete. Second down and 10, I go blocking back. Maybe I'll make Tim guess run. Tim is not fooled. He gets his pass. I look for Julio Jones, incomplete. Third and 10, big down for the Buccaneers. If you can stop me right here, you just scored a touchdown, 3 and out for the Jets, get the ball back, maybe score again, and away we go. And to make matters worse, it looks like I was called for a holding penalty here. Tampa declined the penalty. That was in the previous play, I guess. I don't know. I'm following the play log, and it's a little confusing. If it was a live game, it wouldn't be. But I had a 3rd and 10 situation. Tim went nickel 3-3-5. I decided to throw a bomb to Zach Ertz, my tight end. Andrew Luck was under pressure, was flush from the pocket, and threw a screen pass, a dump off, apparently to David Johnson, my blocking back, which went for 20 yards. I think that was on Tim's card, the 10. He could not have been happy with that. He has no pass rush. And I had a first, and instead of punting on the dump off, I had a 20-yard completion, 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line, which looked great for me. I threw a bomb to Reggie Bush. I was throwing a lot of bombs here early in the second quarter, apparently, more than I realized I was. That explains why Tim was keeping his free safety back for most of the rest of the game, because I think I probably threw about 7 bombs this quarter alone. And I was throwing it to guys killed by 0s and 4s and occasionally to Julio Jones. I didn't hit any of them, but I was throwing them. I didn't get picked off either, and Tim was using the good pass defense card, so that was nice for me. Anyway, I looked deep for Reggie Bush, incomplete. My center, Rodney Hudson, got injured for the rest of the game. 0-3 Joe Hawley from the NFL Falcons came in to replace him. We threw a screen pass to Reggie Bush on second down, guessed correctly. We got a defender X reading. We got a 5-yard gain as Andy Malumba could not make the play. 3rd and 5 at the Tampa Bay 45 now. Similar situation to my last third down around midfield. I went 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver, 1 running back. I handed it off again. Figured I'll go for it if I get to 4th and 1. Reggie Bush took the handoff, gained 4 yards. Sure enough, Michael Kendricks with the tackle. 4th and 1 at the Tampa Bay 41. 4 minutes into the second quarter, tied at 7. I'm going for it. No questions asked. Not even a question in my mind. Handoff to Reggie Bush up the middle. I get offensive center blocking reading, but even on the negatives, even if you fail the block, those are all at least plus 1 yard, no matter how many men are in the zone. Reggie gained 4 yards in that play, and it was a first down for me at the Tampa Bay 37. Someone joined the game at this point, maybe Dennis, maybe Wayne. I'm not sure. We had a couple of spectators. Threw a screen pass to Reggie Bush. Every play being a guest pass, and almost every play being a pass. Yeah, I was moving the ball. Threw a screen pass to Reggie Bush. Tim was double teaming Julio Jones down the field. It was an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. I went blocking back, and here I was a little ballsy, almost throwing it in Tim's face. I know he's going to call pass. 2nd and 10. I did an end run with Andrew Luck. We all know 2nd and 10 guys like to run the ball, but I've been passing so much and then moving it that Tim had to respect that. I got a short gain on Luck's guard for 11 yards at the first down at the Buccaneer 26. I go blocking back again. Tim double teams my blocking back, David Johnson, and I threw to him, and it was incomplete. Short pass. That was a good call by Tim. Can't let me throw to this blocking back against the 0 all day long because I was doing it, and I was having success with it. 2nd down and 10. I pitched out to Reggie Bush. Tim gets pass. My left guard 5 could not make the block, so Bush only got a 3-yard gain. That annoyed me because I need every benefit when I'm running the ball. I don't have a great rushing attack. I got a 3rd and 7 at the Tampa Bay 23, 9 minutes before the half. I threw a short pass to Julio Jones. Tim was doing the linebacker double team, and finally he stops me. Incomplete pass with a successful linebacker double team. Actually, I got a dump off there, and it was incomplete on the dump off, but you know what I'm saying. The bottom line is he stopped me. Dan Carpenter, who did not miss a field goal all year, neither of our kickers missed a field goal all year, came out for the 40-yard attempt, and he drilled it and did not want to be kicking field goals against Tim's team. Offensive powerhouse against a bad defense. If I had a good defense, sure, give me the points, but I was trying to be as aggressive as I could and try and make sure I'm getting touchdowns and not settling for field goals, but what are you going to do when it's 4th and 7 in the second quarter, right? So I kick the field goal. I take a 10-7 lead, 8:42 to go, and Tim's going to get the ball. I get a short kick to the 15-yard line. Tywan Jones runs it back 27 yards. So Tim's got 1st and 10 at his own 42, 8 minutes to go in the half. Now, this was interesting to me. Tim was still going 2 tight end, 2 receiver, 1 running back with backup tight end James Hanna, who's a 5 blocker, but really not a very good receiver at all. And he had blocking back Frank Summers on the bench, who's a 4-3 blocker, but he can catch a short pass. I know he's only a 4. You also get the -1 pass rush rating. Not a big deal because I don't have any pass rush either, but I did have a decent left end matchup, so that would have helped a little. I probably would have gone with Summers in the blocking back. It actually says here James Hanna is a 4. He's not a 5, so I think in hindsight, Tim was maybe just going on reaction. Maybe he would have gone with the blocking back in hindsight. But also, he did like having Shady covered by my 0 in the 2 tight end set. If he went blocking back, Shady would be covered by a 5. So that could have been heavy in his thinking, which would make a lot of sense, I suppose. So maybe he did make the right move. Anyway, Shady got 2 yards on first down and had to miss the block. 2nd down, this play killed me. I was going to put my right outside linebacker and then run because I had a right in 0. And Tim's got a good block on that side, and Shady's got a great card. Instead, I put the guy in off tackle and gets run. So naturally, Tim hits the 8 on my card with the box. Not only a 12-yard gain, but a 22-yard gain because I put my linebacker in off tackle like a genius instead of end run to cover the 0. I was outthinking myself. He got first down at the Jet 34. He goes 3-3-5. He did that a couple of times, mix it up, which I think is good in his part, especially with a good guess right running back like Shady and bad defensive guys on the line of scrimmage. You can get some nice yardage there pretty easily a lot of times. I double-teamed Jarius Wright. He threw a looking past Antonio Brown. Incomplete. Jarius Wright got injured for 3 games. On that play, they were dropping like flies in the second quarter. 2nd down and 10. I guess run. Got to respect Shady. I might have even had no men in the zone. I don't remember. And Tim said, I got your run right here. He went up top to Vernon Davis, who, no, I had him in his zone, but it was my terrible free safety, 0, Darian Stewart. And Tim got defensive back in zone, X or plus whatever. And it was plus whatever. It was a touchdown, 34 yards to Vernon Davis. My left tackle, Roy Miller, got injured for the rest of the game. Tim took a 14-10 lead, and he had to be feeling like, okay, I had a rough start, but I finally took the lead in these guys. I'm moving the ball well. I'm hitting some passes. I'm hitting some runs. I'm hitting some screen passes. I got this lousy defense on the ropes, so this is good for me. And I was feeling like, okay, I can still move the ball, but we got a ball game now. Let's see what happens. This is where, the game really started to get even more intense, I would say. Tim gets a touchback. I think it seems like that's all he was doing was kicking touchbacks, I think. But got a touchback. He's getting pass. I pitch out to Reggie Bush. Bush gets 9 yards when my 4 makes the play, as we said earlier, happens sometimes. Get a 2nd down and 1. I threw a screen pass to Zach Ertz over the middle at Tim's 4. I got a 1st down for 10 yards on a short pass, linebacker in zone reading. Michael Kendricks could not make the play. Tim's guessing pass, but I'm passing. Julio Jones looking pass, incomplete. Then Tim gets run. And I threw a short pass to Reggie Bush, but that was incomplete. I forget what happened here. I think I just got it on my card. No, I got it on Tim's card. I got a possible interception. And Tim has the good defense. So when you miss it, the good defense because he's home in the playoffs. So when you miss it, it's incomplete. It's like an incomplete pass, but there was a pass interference call on the play. Didn't see that originally, which I was happy to see. I, of course, accepted that. And suddenly I had a 1st down at the Tampa Bay 42, which I was not expecting. I went right up top to Julio Jones, looking for the quick touchdown. Tim gets pass incomplete. You can see or hear I was throwing a lot of long passes this quarter. So, like I said, I wanted to make him keep that safety back, and he sure kept him back after I threw about 7 bombs in about the first 8 minutes of the second quarter. So 2nd and 10, and I was lucky not to get even one split interception reading, much less an interception, because it was at least 2-7 on Tim's card. I think it's 2-7 and 12. 2nd and 10 for the Tampa 42. Tim gets his pass. I pitch out to Reggie Bush. He gains 6 yards. 3rd and 4, the Tampa 36. I throw a short pass to blocking back David Johnson, covered by a 0. Andrew Luck is flush from the pocket, but he still completes it for a 12-yard pass to Johnson. Makes it a 1st down at the Tampa Bay 24. Tim's guessing pass. I'm throwing pass. Flat pass to Cliff. That was a common theme for the game. Waiting to see how many attempts I had at the end of the game. I've never had a game like that before. Threw a screen pass to Kobe Fleener to the right, but an offside penalty on the Jets. Makes it a 1st and 15 at the Tampa Bay 29. Only 3 minutes to go in the half. I did a really good job eating up time off the clock. I wasn't even really thinking of doing that, but I was throwing a lot of flat passes. I did the occasional run guess wrong, and I guess when you're moving the ball that way, you can eat up a lot of time. It wasn't a strategy on my part. I was just trying to call good plays mathematically for my offense. 1st and 15, looking past to Reggie is incomplete. 2nd and 15, the Tampa 29. Got a must run for no yards, which was credited as a sack to Buccaneer rookie defensive tackle Star Latulele. 3rd down, and no, it was a 5-yard sack. Or no, that was from the penalty. That's right. So that 3rd and 15 of the Tampa Bay 29, I wanted to make sure I stayed in good field goal range. I wasn't too worried about Tim's pass rush. 2:24 to go. So I threw a bomb to Kobe Fleener. 1 man in zone, incomplete. 4th and 15 for the 29. Dan Carpenter came out with the field goal, which I think is maybe 2-9 and 12. It was good. Now it's 14-13 at the 2-minute warning. I was going to get the ball to start the second half. I was worried that against a great offense, 2-minute offense, let me just try and hold it to a field goal. Please don't get a touchdown. That would be very bad and disheartening. That I've got to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie, and you don't want to start doing that in the early third quarter, do you? Certainly not in a tight game if you can help it. Sometimes it's a good play, but anyway. I am really rambling here. You thought that my write-ups were long. Listen to this broadcast. 3rd quarter, another short kickoff to the 15-yard line. Tim had good field position on the kickoffs. Dan Carpenter was not doing a good job with that. We'll have to work on that in the offseason. Ball kicked to the 15-yard line. Tywan Jones returned it out to the 38-yard line. 1:52 to go. Tim has all of his timeouts, and he does a real nice job here with the 2-minute offense. Frank Summers is playing now. He's in the blocking back formation. I'm in a straight 4-3. You want to throw it, throw it. I'm not just going to let you run wild with Shady on my guys who are bad enough as it is. This play annoyed me. He brought in Frank Summers for the first time as blocking back. I correctly double-team Frank Summers. He throws a screen pass to Frank Summers, and he gets a 3 on his own card, +8. I was like, at least give me the incompletion. Don't tease me with a 3 that would have been picked off of my card with 2 men. So I was like, come on. I called a great play there, and he gets 8 yards, 2-minute offense. I'm playing a better team. Don't do that to me, Stratomatic. Why are you doing that to me? But that's what happened. So you get 2nd and 2 for Tampa Bay at their own 46. An 8-yard completion, and he's almost at midfield because of the short kick. So this was not good for my team. Looking very bad here. He started running inside. Very safe play. Knows I'm probably not likely to stack up inside with only a minute 45 to go before the half. And he had all of his timeouts, and he could do a hurry up and all this and that. So Shady gains 5 yards on an inside run for a first down to the Jet 49. Here we had a game crash and had to rejoin, but that worked out okay. Turned out now there's 1:07 left on the clock. I think he might have got screwed on the reconnected, not have an option to hurry up. I don't know. He didn't complain about it, though. We've had some connection problems in the IFL when I played Tim like a month ago. So he does a pitch out. No, he does another inside run to Shady. 5-yard gain down to the 44. Now only 45 seconds left. I think he was still saving his timeouts. I think he probably should have called one right there. But, hey, it was working well for him, so I'm not going to tell him what to do. Oh, I will anyway. I have the power of the radio. But anyway, he didn't, and it was working well for him. 2nd and 5, did another inside run for Shady, another 5-yard run. I mean, let's face it, I guess I'm lucky here that he wasn't doing better than 5-yard runs. And this really hurt, and this killed me twice in the first half now. Another personal foul on the defense. So instead of the ball at my 39 with 37 seconds left, it's at my 24 with 37 seconds left, and he's got 3 timeouts. So this is looking very ugly, and I'm thinking, please keep him out of the end zone. I guess pass, he runs it with Shady. He gets a 10-yard gain. It must have been like a weird short gain or something like that. I'm not sure what he got here. I can't even figure this out right now. But no, he got an 8 on my card that was 10 yards somehow. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, he got a 10-yard gain, and it was 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line with 30 seconds left, and he finally had to call a timeout, I think, and now he's got 2 timeouts. He runs up the middle with Shady, gains 5 yards down to the 9-yard line. 22 seconds left. Here's the pitch out to Shady, but my defensive end 4 makes a nice play, makes him lose 2 yards. That was a big reading. That could have easily been something great on Tim's card. So now instead he's got 3rd and 7 with only 15 seconds left. Huge play in the game at that point. He's at my 11-yard line. He can easily get a touchdown. I go nickel 3-3-5. He goes blocking back, runs a draw play with Shady. I was double teaming Shady. He gains 6 yards. Gives him a 4th and 1 at the 5-yard line with 8 seconds left. Tim says, I'm going to take the points. That's the way he likes to play usually. And I think it was the right move. You have the better team. Let's extend the lead. If I get a TD, you kick a field goal to tie it. No big deal. So he kicks a field goal, takes the lead 17-13, and we move on to the 3rd quarter. Now it's down here 17-13, but Tim's got a real good team. I'm in the game. I'm receiving the kickoff. My offense is moving the ball. Andrew Luck was 9 for 27 at the half. It seemed like he was playing well. So I got the 24-yard must run. I got the 27-yarder to beat DeAndre Hopkins. I got a pass interference penalty. But 9 for 27 is 9 for 27. So that was surprising to me. And maybe Tim was pretty happy about that. Maybe he felt like I was lucky to be in the game. I don't know. But it was a pretty good game so far. Second half, Jets get the kickoff. Guess what? Another touchback. So I got 1st and 10 at my own 20. Short pass to Zach Ertz. Tim's guessing pass. I'm throwing the ball. Yeah, I threw it 27 times in the first half. I'm going to throw it 27 times in the second half. I'm throwing it, okay? I'm throwing flats against your 0-4-0. I'm throwing shorts to the guys covered by the zeros. I'm throwing short or long to Julio Jones, the occasional flat. And maybe I'll mix Zach Ertz in there every now and then to not become too predictable. So we come out throwing with Andrew Jones. This is not a baseball game for the 1990s. Andrew Luck comes out throwing to Zach Ertz, 10-yard completion on first down. Screen pass to Julio Jones, 6 yards, 2nd and 4. Short pass to Reggie Bush. Garrett McIntyre couldn't make the play. You saw a lot of that. He had a rough game. Defender X, he's a 0. 14-yard gain out to midfield. Bang, bang, bang. 3 plays to start the half. All passes guessed correctly, and now at the 50. 1st and 10, flat pass to Reggie Bush, guessed correct. Minus 2 yards. That annoyed me. 2nd down and 12. I threw a short pass to Reggie Bush. Threw a lot of passes to Reggie, covered by the 0 this game. Andrew Luck is flush from the pocket. Does not get sacked. Gets a completion on his short pass card to Reggie for 11 yards. Creates a 3rd and 1 at the Tampa Bay 41. If I don't get it, guess what? I'm going to go for it. Screen pass to Reggie Bush. Guessed right. 6 yards. 1st down. Tampa Bay 35. Every play is a pass. Every play is guessed correctly. Flat pass to DeAndre Hopkins. Defended by a 5. I get a defender X. Defender makes the play. Stuffs Hopkins for -1. I feel stupid for throwing at the 5 when I get other guys covered by 0s, but you can't throw to the same guys all the time. They'll be double covered mercilessly if you do that. 2nd and 11 at the Tampa Bay 36. I got to at least get a field goal, but I don't want to be too conservative. He doesn't have much pass rush. I'm due for an interception because I've been throwing every play, but I haven't even seen a split in a while. Throw a short pass to Reggie Bush. I get a dump off. Tim can't get to Andrew Luck. Julio Jones catches it for 6 yards, makes 3rd and 5. Here's where I think I got that sweet reading. 3rd and 5 at the Tampa Bay 30. Screen pass to Julio Jones. I get a receiver right. Snake eyes. +14. Gives the Jets a 1st down at the Tampa Bay 16-yard line. And we're moving the ball. Tim's got to be frustrated. Tim shows blitz. I got to do something. Tom's going 2 tight end with Reggie Bush in the backfield. Reggie's a 0-0 blocking. Maybe I can get a sack off of Reggie because whatever I'm doing right now ain't working. But I do an off tackle with Reggie. I get a snake eyes again on Reggie's card, a 37-yard reading, but it's a 16-yard touchdown. And the Jets take a 2017 lead on the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Open up the 3rd quarter with a 10-play, 80-yard drive, getting 5 first downs. Reestablish the lead after Tim had a great drive right before the half. And that was pretty good. And had me feeling like, all right, I'm in this game now. We're here for real. This game's not too big for the young Jets. It's not too big for Andrew Luck. It's not too big for blocking back David Johnson. It's too big for Roy Miller. He got hurt. He's on the bench. He had a migraine headache. He couldn't take it. So anyway, 2017 Jets, early 3rd quarter, kicking off to Tim, who was coaching a good game. I think we both coached a real fine game. Tim's a good coach. I like to think I'm a pretty solid coach. I finally get a good kickoff to the 1-yard line. Robert Turbin returns to 21 yards. Not a lot going on in the return game for Tim at this point of the game. Certainly not with the kick returns. Well, he got some solid kick returns, but nothing explosive. But that's kind of the guys that he has back there. So 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers at their own 21-yard line. Romo looks for Antonio Brown against Revis Island. No soup for you. Flat pass. Defender stuffs Antonio Brown for -3-yard gain. Revis Island making the play. 2nd and 13. Hands off to Shady. Gets wrong on a pitch out. Gains 5 yards. Yes, I know you cannot hand off a pitch out, but give me a break. I'm reading a play log here. 3rd and 8 for Tampa Bay at their own 23. Another big play. If I could get him off the field here, right, and I can get the ball back with a 3-point lead, the way I'm moving the ball, I could put him in trouble here because, quite frankly, I'm feeling very confident at this point on the offensive side of the ball. On the defense, I'm just trying to whatever I can to slow down this team he's got against all my 4s and 0s. So he's got 3rd and 8. He goes to a nickel. He goes to a 3 wide. I go to a dime. He throws a short pass to Marcedes Lewis, who had returned to the game. I was double teaming Vernon Davis and a couple other guys. Double team Vernon Davis and Victor Cruz. Romo's under pressure. Neither of us can sack the quarterback. He looks to dump it off to Shady McCoy, but it's incomplete. And I was feeling pretty good right there. That was a big play for me because now it's 4th down. He's got a punt on his first possession of the second half. After I march down the field and reclaim the lead, he's got to be a little annoyed. And if he was a little annoyed, he was about to get a lot annoyed because he rolled a 12 on the punt and it went for 14 yards. The Michael James must be the fastest guy in the NFL because he called a fair catch on the 14-yard punt. That's dramatic for you. I don't know how he got up there. Good anticipation. by James on the fair catch. 14-yard punt, and the guy gets a fair catch. You got to love that. But the Jets get 1st and 10 to Tampa Bay 37, almost as good as a turnover, basically as good as a turnover. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go up top. I'm going to go up top to David Johnson, the blocking back, defended by a 0. Tim saw it coming a mile away, double-teamed David Johnson. Andrew Luck said, I'm not going to throw a double-team to David Johnson. I'm going to check it down to DeAndre Hopkins underneath for a 7-yard gain. I like how I throw a bomb to the blocking back, and my speedy guy, DeAndre Hopkins, is underneath for the dump-off, so that's pretty nice. A little mix it up on the defense. The defense had to be wondering what the hell was going on with that result. But anyway, we ended up with a 7-yard gain, 2nd down and 3. I'm thinking, boy, if I get a touchdown in this drive, there's only 8:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. Tim's having all kinds of problems stopping my offense. This would be awesome. I throw a screen pass to Zach Ertz, and I get lucky. I get a short gain, and not only that, but it's a 19-yard short gain. So I get 1st down at the Tampa Bay 11-yard line. Tim's showing blitz inside the red zone. I throw a screen pass to DeAndre Hopkins. He vacated that zone to do a double team. I got a receiver, 5 plus 13 on Hopkins. Touchdown, Jets. Jets, Jets. Now leading 27-17 on the road. 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. If we win this game, we are 1 game from the Super Bowl. We're going to be the semifinals against, the Cowboys or the Seahawks or the Titans or NFL Ed on a team full of 0s and 4s. I was like, well, this would be awesome. I'm already glorying in the post-game write-up. How glorious is it going to be to sit down and write that write-up? I got the upset victory in the semifinals. Wow, patting myself in the back every step of the way. Look how good I'm doing. That sort of thing. That's what's going through your mind in that situation. Or it's going through my mind because I'm very selfish and narcissistic when it comes to strat football. So then we kick it off. Another good kickoff to the 3-yard line, about time. It's 2 in a row. Robert Turbin returns it 17 yards to the 20. Not a good game kick returning by Turbin. He really didn't do much. He really didn't step in the field much. Didn't have to because he was shady with plenty of carries. And he was doing yeoman's work. So Tampa Bay gets 1st down and 10 on 20. And it'd be a nice time for them to get a good drive, respond. They're down by 2 scores now, so they really do need to put some points on the board. I double-team Vernon Davis. He throws a screen pass to Marcedes Lewis. Incomplete. That's nice for me. 2nd down and 10. He throws to Victor Cruz on a short pass. I'm double-teaming Vernon Davis virtually every play now. On this drive, it looks like. Romo looks to dump it off to Shady McCoy. Incomplete. I think that was a receiver reading. I got to admit, looking at this recap, I was getting great readings on the dump-offs, and Tim was getting nothing. Tim getting incomplete passes. I'm getting 20-yard gains on 2nd and 15. So 3rd and 10 for Tampa Bay, throwing 20. At this point, I'm almost beside myself saying, oh, my gosh, what a huge play this is. I'm up 27-17, 6:36 to go, 3rd and 10. If I can just stop him here one time, get the ball back, drive, score, wow, I'll be in business then. Romo drops back to pass. Nobody's open against the nickel. He tried to scramble, but middle linebacker Pat Angerer, who has led SOMIFA in tackles in the regular season. He's a middle linebacker 4 for my team. Caught Romo from behind, let's say, at the line of scrimmage. It was a no-yard gain and the must run for Romo. Credited as a sack to Pat Angerer. Tampa Bay goes 3 and out. Already down 27-17. Late 3rd quarter. He is concerned. Brian Anger punts it 49 yards. Michael James, again with the fair catch. Always Johnny on the spot. Always ready to signal fair catch. That's what he specializes in. Jets have got 1st and 10 at their own 31. 6 minutes to go. Up 27-17. Come out in the blocking back. Pitch it out to Reggie Bush. Tim guesses incorrectly. Reggie Bush only gains 1 yard. He does not have a great card and has some readings like that, so you can't really complain. But Tim can complain because the Buccaneers were flagged for an offsides penalty. So I took that and I had a 1st and 5 at my own 36. I ran it up the middle to Reggie Bush. Guess wrong. Bush got no gain. I don't know how he accomplished that, but he got no gain. It looks like it was the dreaded 5 guessed wrong on my card running the ball that we have all seen far more often than we would like to when we are the offensive coach. So you end up with a 2nd and 5 for the Jets at our own 36. let's see. I handed off inside to Reggie. Tim's looking pass. My blocking back, David Johnson. Not only is he good at running downfield very slowly for bombs, but he can occasionally make a key block. Made the block. Reggie ran for 7 yards. First down and 10 for the Jets at our own 43. I throw a screen pass to Reggie. He catches it for 7 yards. Guessed correctly. Tim's guessing pass every play because I'm throwing a ton of passes. I was hoping a couple of runs might loosen him up, but not yet. That brought me out to midfield. 4:12 to go in the third quarter. Second down and 3 at the 50. I throw a screen pass to Fleener. Incomplete. 3rd and 3 at the 50. A big play here. Tim's got to feel like if he can stop me, force a punt, let's get a game reset going. But if I get a first down, now I'm getting close to scoring range. Third quarter, time is running. That's bad news for him. So what did I do here on offense? I threw another pass to Fleener. It was a looking pass. Tim guessed pass, but Fleener caught it for a 10-yard completion. I think I got a 6 on the white die, perhaps, and his guy disappeared, or I might have got a short gain or receiver plus 10. I can't figure out this log sometimes. I'm not spending too much time focusing on it. I want to move through this and keep it moving for you guys. I don't know how many of you are still listening. God bless you, because this is not the best broadcast in Strat fan forum history. But a 10-yard first down to Fleener on 3rd and 3. I might have thrown – oh, yeah, that's right. Brings me to the Tampa Bay 40-yard line. Throw a short pass to Reggie Bush. Tim's double-teaming Julio Jones. Andrew Luck checks down to Fleener. Defender X can't make the play. It's an 8-yard gain. Gives me a second down and 2 at the Tampa Bay 32. I'm feeling pretty good right now. Screen pass to Reggie Bush. Guessed correctly. Everything is guessed correctly. Linebacker disappears. Short gain, 15 yards. First down Jets on the Tampa Bay 17-yard line. 2:06 to go in the third quarter. I run a draw play with Reggie Bush. Tim guesses run, but I get called for offsides, and I push back 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 15 at the 22. Now I do have the option of going deep again. Instead, I throw a short pass to Reggie Bush. Garrett McIntyre could not make the play. You saw a lot of that tonight. 12-yard gain on defender X reading. Gives you 2nd and 3 at the Tampa Bay 10-yard line. Tim shows blitz. I decide to challenge him. I throw a short pass to Kobe Fleener. And then I get a defender X here. What did I get here? Just a touchdown on Andrew Luck's score. 10-yard completion. Makes it 34-17 Jets. 1:12 to go in the third quarter after the extra point. I felt like I had Tim here. I know he's got a great offense. I know he's going to come back, but he has no answer for me. I'm flat passing at will. I'm getting clutch short pass completions. I'm getting an occasional 6-yard run from Reggie Bush. I feel like I'm going to win this game. I kick another short kickoff to the 12-yard line. Taiwan Jones returns it out 20 yards out to the 32. 54 seconds to go in the third quarter. 34-17 Jets. What could go wrong? Victor Cruz on a short pass, incomplete. Makes the second head. That was another dump-off reading. Tim got nothing on the dump-offs looking at this log. I mean, for, up to this point, he had absolutely nothing. Second down and 10. Bad luck for him there. I guess run. He throws a screen pass to Shady. Got a little luck here. He got a 6 on my card. No, sorry. 6 white die, 12. Or maybe I had no men in the zone. It wouldn't have mattered. 30-yard completion to Shady McCoy. That'll get things going in a hurry. Brought him into Jet territory, the 38-yard line. Then Shady ran for 3 yards on a guessed wrong call. Second down and 7. I guess run. He threw a screen pass to Shady. 7 yards and a first down at the Jet 28. We're now in the fourth quarter. About a minute in. Somewhere along here, I lost my strong safety 4. He got injured and was replaced by a 0. So now I had a 0 running around trying to cover Vernon Davis, which was not helpful. 1st and 10 for Tim at my 28-yard line. I double team Mercedes Lewis. He throws a short pass to Mercedes Lewis. Incomplete. Second down and 10. I guess run. Tim does it again, right around that 30-yard line, where if you hit it, it's a touchdown. It goes up top to Vernon Davis. My free safety 0, defensive back in zone. Again, could not make the play. 28-yard touchdown to Vernon Davis, just what Tim needed to, try and keep a comeback attempt alive. Makes the extra point. 34-24 Jets. 13-12 to go. Tim's got to kick off to me. I'm feeling like, okay, I understand. It's a game now, but as long as nothing crazy happens, if I can keep moving the ball, put some more points on the board, you did some clock, I can still win this game and make the semifinals and, have a shot at the Super Bowl. That'd be awesome. Blah, 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 blah. Tim kicks it off to the 5. I return it out to the 23. I don't have a good number 2 back there. 1st and 10, Tim gets his pass. I pitch it out to Reggie Lewis. Kobe Fleener is the tight end 4. Cannot make the block. I lose 1 yard. 2nd down and 11. And here is where the game turns. The game turns, Tom, but you've been doing a broadcast for an hour and a half. What are you talking about? I throw a short pass to Julio Jones. Tim gets his pass, but he had 3 men in zone pretty much the whole game, unless it was 3rd and long, because I was throwing bombs and flat passes. But I was able to hit some short passes that way. But this time, short pass 3 men, I rolled a 9 on Tim's card. Intercepted 2 to 5, 11 and 12, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by veteran Jonathan Joseph. Runs it back 20 yards to the Jet 17. And my, oh my, when that happened, I said, oh my God, here it comes. Here it comes. 34-24, Tampa Bay's ball at my 17, 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. I double team Vernon Davis. Tim throws a short pass to Vernon Davis. How about a 9 now, Stratomatic? No. And I got a 9 at Tim's card, incomplete. Okay. 2nd down and 10. I double team Vernon Davis because he's covered by 0. And he's got 2 touchdowns already. And other kinds of catches. Shady gets a handoff inside. Short gain at Shady's card, 15 yards, down to the Jet 2-yard line. 1st and goal. Because I think I did a penalty or something also. What happened there? Here's at my 17. Yeah, that's right. Okay. 15 yards down to the 2, 1st and goal. Tim goes full house. Hands off to Shady inside. I think I keyed somebody else. A touchdown for Shady, 34-31. And now I'm like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. We've all been there. We've all seen it. 2 touchdowns in short order. But, hey, you got to play, right? You got 10 and a half minutes left. He still hasn't really stopped my offense except for an interception. But, we've all been there. We've all had the game where everything goes your way. You're on top. Things feel good. The guy gets a touchdown, no big deal. Then you get a turnover. Oh, no, that's not good. In your own territory. Then the guy scores. Now suddenly your offense decides it's time to go into hibernation after it's been clicking all game. And that we've all been there, and I was worried about that happening. So he kicks it off for a touchback yet again. He gets the pass. I pitch it out to Reggie Bush, and Reggie Bush loses a yard by getting the 5 on his own card, the split fumble reading, if you play with team fumbles and individual fumbles. So I'm like, here we go. 2nd and 11. I throw a screen pass to Reggie Bush, right? The screen passes have been working well for me, and sure enough, I get a 6 on Tim's card and a 7, short gain. White die rule, 16-yard completion to Reggie Bush. He might have even moved the linebacker. No, that was an inside linebacker. He moved. So I got the ball 1st and 10 on 35. Now I'm feeling like, all right, good. This is what I've been doing before. Maybe I can keep it up. Screen pass to Julio Jones, incomplete. 2nd down and 10. I pitch it out to Reggie Bush. Tim guesses run. I get a blocking back reading on his card with David Johnson in the game as a 5. Doesn't make the block, so I lose 3 yards. Thanks, David. Instead of +3 and 3rd and 7, it's -3 and 3rd and 13. Now I'm in Dyer's trades. Tim goes to a dime package. I throw short to Julio Jones, incomplete. I got to punt it. I'm up 34-31. Maybe I could hold Tim to a field goal. I have made him punt other times in the game. If he gets a touchdown, I'll have to get a touchdown. But, let's see what happens. He's got to do it, right? Maybe I can catch a break here. Maybe he'll fumble the punt. I had a bad interception. Maybe he'll fumble the punt. So I punted away from my own 32 with Sam Martin. Tim tries for the block because Martin's got a block on 12. Good punt. It goes 50 yards. Antonio Brown rolls snake eyes, returns it for a touchdown, 82 yards. Antonio Brown snake eyes, 82-yard touchdown. 3 touchdowns for Tim in the span of about 5 minutes. And I'm losing 38-34 after the extra point. 8:24 to go. I was already when he rolled it. I just said, of course, that's the way this 4th quarter is unwinding. I got the Andrew Luck interception. Now I got the punt return for 3 men. Now I got the punt return touchdown. I'm missing the blocks. I'm rolling 5 on Reggie's card. This is not going good. Tim kicks it to the goal line. I get a 29-yard return for Michael James. 1st and 10 to 29. Let's go back to that flat pass. That's been working well, right? Don't panic, right? Flat pass to DeAndre Hopkins. Incomplete. I'll pitch it out to Reggie Bush again. I think Tim's going to get pass, even though it hasn't been working. I pitch it out to Reggie Bush. Don't have a blocking back on the field. I got the 2 tight end, and I got the blocking back reading, so I lose 3 yards yet again. Now it's 3rd and 13, 7:12 to go. I go nickel. I throw a bomb to Andre Caldwell because Luck's card is filled with 10 and 11-yard completions. Luck dumps it off to DeAndre Hopkins for 6 yards. Gee, thanks a lot. 4th and 7. I decide to punt. 6:54 to go. I get a decent punt, 38-yard punt. I get 31-yard net. At least didn't run it back for a touchdown. 31-yard net, and Tim's now leading with the ball for the first time. I think since halftime, pretty much since the second quarter. It's the first time he's leading with the ball. So 38-34, Tampa Bay, 6:36 to go. Now I'm at the mercy of, he's going to throw flat with Romo. He's going to run with Shady, and all my guys stink. My left tackle got injured earlier in the game. He's replaced by a 0. He was only a 4 anyway. But I get offsides and Tampa Bay to start, so he's got 1st and 15. That's pretty good. He throws a pass to Shady. I had thought about double teaming him. I didn't double team him. He got the interception split. It would not have been intercepted anyway, but now instead of incomplete, it was a completion for 12 yards. 2nd down and 3 at his own 44. 6 minutes to go. This is not going well for me. I double team Shady again. He throws to Shady again, incomplete on a screen pass. 3rd and 3. I guess run. He runs with Shady. Shady's got a good card. Gets 5 yards on his own card for the 1st down. 1st down now at my 36-yard line because there was another personal foul in the play. My 3rd personal foul of the game brought him from midfield down to my 36. Thank you, Stratomatic. He does a pitch out to Shady. I guess pass. Shady gets 6 yards down to the 30. Now there's only 5 minutes left in the game. I guess run. Shady only gets 2 yards. His 5 missed the block. Ha. I felt like laughing. A little payback. 3rd and 2 at the Jet 28. A big play in the game. And here I get very lucky. I double team blocking back Frank Summers, who's covered by a 0. Tim apparently doesn't like to throw to the blocking back covered by the 0 as much as I do. Tim runs off tackle with Shady, and that should be an automatic 1st down against my team. But now he gets the 5 on his card, only 1 yard. So now Tim's leading 38-34. 4.5 minutes left to go at my 27-yard line. Sorry, 3:54 to go at my 27-yard line. 2 to 9 and 12 field goal with a kicker that has not missed all year. We all been there. You know you're going to hit that 10 or 11. You just know it. Tim says, I'm going to go for the field goal, which I think is the right call. I'm waiting for that 10 or 11 to bite him, but no. Josh Brown makes the field goal. For a little misdirection in the announcing here. 41-34 Tampa Bay. Then a touchdown to tie it. We all watch the game with Seattle and Green Bay. Come down, tie the game with a touchdown, go to overtime, see what happens, okay? Tim kicks it to the goal line. I run it out. LaMichael James, 18 yards on Tim's card. 3:18 to go. And let's see if Andrew Luck can earn his money here and tie the game up. Tim goes nickel 3-3-5. I go deep to DeAndre Hopkins. Incomplete. Still have not seen an interception split outside of that one bad interception. 2nd down and 10. I throw a short pass to Kobe Fleener. Tim double teams somebody else. I get a dump off. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. I go 2 tight end. Tim is nickel 3-3-5. I throw a short pass to Zach Ertz. Incomplete. Luck's really doing a nice job here in this comeback attempt. 4th and 10. 2:24 left. I can't stop Tim's offense. I'm already down by a touchdown. I'm at my own 18-yard line. I decide to go for it. Throw a short pass to Kobe Fleener against the nickel. Tim's double teaming DeAndre Hopkins. Incomplete pass. Right guard injured for the rest of the game. Tim takes over from 18-yard line. Kicks a field goal. And I get the ball back and don't do anything. Game over. 44-34. Come from behind victory. Down 34-17 to start the 4th quarter. He's down 34-17. And I've got the ball, a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. He hasn't been able to stop me. I probably already had 400 yards of offense at that time. Luck throws an interception. Tim gets a touchdown. Not an interception. Luck throws an interception. Tim gets a short field. He gets a touchdown to make it 34-24. Then, that's not what happened. I got it wrong. I do all 12 minutes left. Anyway, Tim got the touchdown to make it 34-24. Then Luck got picked off a couple minutes into the 4th quarter. In the short field, Tim got the touchdown, 34-31. Then he stops me. Antonio Brown returns a punt, 82 yards for a touchdown. And it was pretty much over there. It was only 38-34, but I don't know if I got a yard after that. I threw passes incomplete. And Tim won the game 44-34. It was a great game. Well coached on both sides. I had all kinds of luck in the first three quarters, I felt like, especially the third quarter. Flat passing, I was ridiculously hot. It was a white die 6 bonanza. Getting receiver 2s on my card, getting short pass on Luck's card. Every play was like 6-7 yards at a minimum. So, I mean, I was hot with that. And then I just, the short pass interception killed me. The punt return just made it worse. But Tim Coach did a good game. I mean, overall, I really couldn't complain about the breaks going against me. I would have to say that it was just the timing of the breaks. I always hate in the fourth quarter, even if the breaks end up even for the game, you don't want to get those bad breaks in the fourth quarter. You have no time to rebound from them. Give me my bad breaks early third quarter, first half. I got time to bounce back. But, you get an interception with 10 minutes left. You got a 82-yard punt return with 8 minutes left. I have no time to recover. Come on now. But that's Stratomatic, and I've been on the other end also. I don't think the luck really went Tim's way overall. I think it was fairly even overall. Maybe very slightly in his favor because of the timing of it. But, I mean, Romo, I don't think hit a short pass right all game. Dump-offs, he was getting nothing. Had a couple of forwards make a couple of plays. Personal fouls didn't help me. But it was a really good game, a great game. Andrew Luck threw the ball 63 times in this game and was effective. He didn't put up the best stats. I think he missed his last 7 passes, so they were a little better before that. But he was 32 of 63 for 321 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. But it was working. I was throwing a ton of flat passes, and I held the ball for 36 minutes. I had 27 first downs. I had 19 passing first downs. So it really was working. I outgained him 434 to 320, but I was minus 26 on penalties. Almost all of it seemed to be personal fouls. I was minus 1 in turnovers, and they gave up a huge special teams play, the 82-yard return. So those things all offset the yardage difference. Tim coached a strong game. Shady, we thought, might be the difference coming in. He may have been the difference coming out. He had 26 carries for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. Caught 6 passes for 83 yards, so that's 212 yards from scrimmage for Shady. Vernon Davis had 3 catches for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. The 2 bombs around the 30-yard line. Romo was efficient, I guess, 15 of 27 for 189 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. But really, he hit the 2 bombs to Davis, got a couple of screen passes to Shady. Otherwise, didn't seem to really do much. Only, like I said, only 15 of 27. He should have had a better game against this team. He didn't get the rolls on, especially on the third down conversions. It seemed like Tim was 3 of 10 on third downs, and I was 7 of 15. It seemed like whenever I got him in third and long, he just incomplete punt, which a guy like Romo, you expect to convert at least a few of those. Reggie Bush carried 15 times for 56 yards and a touchdown. Played pretty well early, had a dreadful fourth quarter. He missed blocking back readings, 1-yard gains, and 5 reading in his card. He had 9 catches for 84 yards. At one point in the third quarter, I think I threw 3 straight completions to him. DeAndre Hopkins had 7 catches for 66 yards. Zach Ertz, 5 for 49. Luck had 4 carries for 49 yards. He had the 24-yard must run and the, 11-yard end run, powering those numbers. So it was a great ball game, 44-34. Very tough loss for my team because I was up by so many points. But I know my team has no defense. I know team has a great offense. I thought he had a chance coming in. Team played well. I did have a chance. I can live with it. Tim coached a good game, has a better team, and he's on to the semifinals. Where he's going to take on somebody. I don't know who yet. We do know that the Dallas Cowboys, Zeb Strong's 13-3 club, defeated Dale's Minnesota Vikings earlier tonight by the score of 34-21. And actually Dallas was leading handily most of the way. This was a game that was 20-7 at the half. Dallas went up 28-14 midway through the fourth quarter. No, Dallas went up 28-7, doing a great job with these the score reporting. Dallas went up 28-7 on a Jason Babin 45-yard fumble recovery early in the fourth quarter. Dale could not have been happy with that because it was only 20-7 Dallas at that point. You figure if you're Minnesota, you drive, you get a touchdown, make it a one-score game. But Strat says, hey, I got something else in mind. How about a 45-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown and 2-point conversion for Fred Jackson to make it a 28-7 Dallas lead early in the fourth quarter. Minnesota got a touchdown to make it 28-14 midway through the fourth quarter. Dallas looks like they had a long drive and got a field goal to make it 31-14. And then Harry Douglas had a 70-yard return on what? I don't know. Was that a kick? Was that a punt, a fumble? I don't know. But he returned 30 yards for a touchdown, whatever the hell it was. And the final was 31-21 Dallas. Minnesota outgained the Cowboys 325 to 309, but Dallas had the huge lead. It may have allowed Minnesota to dink and dunk. Peyton Manning, I talked about luck throwing the ball 63 times. Peyton Manning threw the ball 47 times. Was 27 for 47, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Was sacked 4 times, and these were 4 real sacks because Manning doesn't have any must-run readings, I don't think. You would hope not. And the sacks were for 31 yards. Dennis has informed us that Zeb likes to blitz. Dennis was running the ball 39 times for 176 yards. Freddie Jackson, 16 for 86 with a long of 16. Donald Brown, 16 for 70 and a touchdown with a long of 13. So that shows you that you are really moving the chains when you've got that kind of yardage and your longest run from scrimmage is only 16 yards. Frank Gore had 15 carries for 50 yards for Minnesota. Disappointing. He did have 107 yards receiving and a touchdown on 8 catches. Harry Douglas had 6 for 51 for the Vikings. Josh McCown did not really have that good of a game for Dallas. Josh was 14 of 23 for 133 yards. No touchdowns, 1 interception. I'll say it. He had a bad game for Dallas. The infamous Luke Wilson had 6 catches for 43 yards. Robbie Gould kicked 3 of 3 field goals for the Vikings. No, for Dallas, rather. The Vikings did not try any field goals, it looks like. No, they had 21 points. Okay, that makes sense. I'll get the hang of this, folks. So there you have it. Minnesota beats Dallas 31-21 in another quarterfinal game. Tampa Bay beats the Jets 44-34. So you have the Buccaneers and the Cowboys advancing. Other action on the scoreboard. We're waiting to see what's going to happen when the 9 and the 7 49ers take on the 14-2 Tennessee Titans. And then we have Dennis Crowley's 13-3 Seattle Seahawks hosting Scott's defending champion Buffalo Bills at 10-6 club. Crowley is afraid in this game. Well, he's talking. He's concerned, not afraid. I know he's not afraid to play anyone. But he's concerned because he struggled with Buffalo in the regular season. They've got Adrian Peterson. They've got a good all-around team. They have a lot of talent. They might even have more talent than Seattle. So that's going to be a tough game. Scott won the championship last year, so he can coach. So that'll be interesting. Now, I've been going on this day. It's my first time trying to do a solo Google Hangout. God knows how long it's been going, but I'm going to sign off now. If you listen, thank you very much, and I hope the next one will be better and smoother. Also, all you've seen is a dark room here, but you've been able to hear me. That's all you really need. Trust me, the way I look, you might want a dark room. You might be better off. I'm laying in bed. My hair is probably unkempt, so you're better off. Dark room, that's the way to go. So I hope you enjoyed this. Next time, we'll probably have a recap of another game. We might actually broadcast a game live, which I think would be pretty enjoyable, and I think I do a pretty good job with that compared to this. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye-bye.